The Jar of Time. In a quiet mountain village, a boy named Rohan lived with constant worry. School, exams, assignments. His mind never rested. No matter how hard he worked, there was always something more to do. One day, after failing a math test, Rohan sat alone in the temple, staring at the sky. His heart felt heavy. "Why is life so hard?" he muttered. An old monk, Master Dev, was sweeping the temple steps nearby. He noticed Rohan's troubled face and walked over. "You look burdened, my child. What is troubling you?" Rohan sighed. "I study all day, but there's always more work. I feel like I'll never catch up." The monk smiled gently. "Come with me." Inside the temple, Master Dev placed an empty glass jar on the table. Beside it were three things: large rocks, small pebbles, and fine sand. He picked up the large rocks and placed them in the jar until it was full. Then he asked Rohan, "Is the jar full?" Rohan nodded. "Yes." The monk then took the small pebbles and poured them into the jar. The pebbles slid into the spaces between the rocks. "Is it full now?" he asked again. Rohan hesitated. "I think so." Master Dev smiled and then poured the fine sand into the jar. The sand filled the tiniest gaps between the rocks and pebbles. Rohan's eyes widened. "Now it's full," the monk chuckled. "Yes, but do you see the lesson?" Rohan frowned. "It's just a jar with rocks, pebbles, and sand. What does it mean?" The monk leaned forward. "Imagine this jar is your life. The big rocks are the most important things: your health, family, and dreams. The pebbles are the smaller responsibilities: school, work, and daily tasks. The sand is the little things that don't truly matter, like worrying too much or wasting time." He pointed at the jar. "If you fill your jar with sand first, there will be no space for the big rocks. But if you put the big rocks first, everything else will find its place." Rohan sat in silence, his mind racing. He had been filling his life with sand, small worries, and endless tasks, while forgetting the big rocks that truly mattered. He looked up at the monk, realization shining in his eyes. "I need to focus on what's truly important first." Master Dev nodded. "Yes, if you take care of the big things in life, the rest will fall into place." Rohan smiled for the first time in days. He now understood that time was like the jar. It wasn't about how much he could cram into it, but what he chose to prioritize. From that day on, Rohan changed. He still studied hard, but he also made time for his health, his family, and his dreams. And just like the jar, his life became full, not with stress, but with purpose. The end.